Make sure to join me on Patreon to get extra stories each day. As you know, we call it the Encore Show, and it's exclusive to Patreon supporters. Today, I'll be talking about what my friend Megyn Kelly said about one of the racist MSNBC anchor women. It's going to shock you, even coming out of her mouth. You'll also get access to all the past shows, including all the Encore shows, discounts on merchandise, and more. Visit patreon.com/The Nick DiPaolo Show to sign up today and enjoy the show, folks.
And now,
here's Nick. Right now, some of my fans in the 20s going, what the fuck's that annoying song? It only made Paul Anka a trillionaire. Anyhow, good to see you, Ed. How are you? What'd you do last night? Something with the old lady? I did. Your old lady. Am I right, Doc? You big girl, you?
you are correct, sir.
Excuse me, Ed. I sound like you on a Saturday night. Great show tonight, Ed. Great show. We got actress Mackenzie Phillips, who known for a couple things. Terrible acne, and her daddy used to bang her. True story. I don't know if there's a connection there. I'm sure. You get nervous. You get Brian De Palma, one of the greatest movie directors. Little movies you might have heard of: Scarface, Carrie, Body Heat or Double Odor. What is it? I don't know. And a fine actor himself, Dave Madden, who plays Reuben on the Partridge Family. He plays the manager. Guy has the acting range of an oscillating fan. What? Get out of here, you fuck. Oh, and by the way, musical guest. Great band. It's making a lot of noise on the Hollywood Strip. Tetanus Shot will be with. Oh, they got a lot of fans with them here tonight.
All these bands sound like 80s punk bands.
Yes, they do. Those are my favorite. I came up with the best name for a punk band. Well, I got two. And honestly, God, I want to sell these. I'm sure somebody's probably grabbed it because I put them out on the internet. But this was right after the OJ thing, about a year or two after. Came up with a punk name, Nicole Sunglasses. Remember she left the sunglasses? That was the whole... And here's my heavy metal band name, which to me, no one's ever going to top. Crib Death. Otherwise known as SIDS. SIDS Vicious. There we go. We're guaranteed at least one clip today. Crib Death? Are you kidding me? Excuse me. I know somebody's done it by now. Anyhow, real quick, I got to do my sports update. Your Braves, Dallas, looked good yesterday. Phillies are not an easy... they talked about the Phillies manager and all these. You got to feel for guys like that. He's been around forever, a baseball lifer, finally gets his chance, even almost by a mistake. It didn't look like it was going to happen. Now he's got another player. Girardi. Joe Girardi is one of my... I think he's a great manager. He did nothing with him at the beginning of the year. They canned Joe Girardi. So anyhow, I don't understand why the Yankees didn't play. And who else is left? Mariners?
Yeah.
Why didn't they play? They can't play 2 nights in a row. I know.
And even with that, they still have the Braves playing during the day.
I know.
Luckily, we had a rain delay, so we still got to play at night and win.
Well, that's surprising to me because the big numbers are in prime time. I don't get it. Anyways, again, it's contractual. I guarantee shit that, you know who, the people. Anyways, Nick, grow up. Okay, I can't. I don't. All right, let's get to. And by the way, my Boston Bruins went to Washington on opening night at the Capitals, which is never an easy win. 5-2 winners. And missing 3 superstars until like November. I am a little, again, it's one game. Why am I saying this shit? I said about the Red Sox. They finished 111 games out of first. Let's get to it, stupid. Alex Jones smacked by jury. This is a jury awarded more than $1 billion, that's with a B, on Wednesday. $1 billion to some of the families of the Sandy Hook massacre victims that Alex Jones defended. If I knew I was going to get that kind of cat, I'd put my kid in the front row. What? Oh, come on. That's not even a nut. I'm kidding. I get a lot of mixed emotions on this one. Anyways, victims that Alex Jones defamed. I love how they, I don't know, the people who write it, it's all, there's no doubt there's any. And he responded on his show by saying he wasn't going to stop, which makes me love him.
Give me the money, you understand me? Give me the fucking money, you hear me? You hear me? I gotta come here and bust my balls. Give me the fucking money.
Look at his face. Alex Jones right there is like, you ain't getting shit out of me. You can't get blood out of a stone. This guy's nuts. When I did Crowder's show, he's nuts, but I like, there's a theory about him, Dallas. I don't know if we discussed it. There's people out there, and I mean a lot, who actually believe that's Bill Hicks, a comedian, died when he was 33. They think he didn't die, and this is a character he's doing. And it's weird because his voice is sort of the same and his accent's the same. And he has the same, it's weird. Speaking of conspiracies, but it's a good one. A Connecticut jury handed down 15 different awards. What was it, Oscar night? Jesus Christ. In the category of Best Supporting Parents, Dead Kid. Different awards to the families of 8 victims in the 2012 massacre and 1 FBI agent who investigated the crime. The FBI agent gets money too?
What the fuck?
What, are you kidding me? The awards range from $28.8 million to $120 million and added up to, listen to this, folks, $965 million. That's $35 million under $1 billion. But under Joe Biden's economy, they're going to clear, they said, this is funny, $35,000. What? Taxes. The families accused Jones of profiting off their pain by suggesting that the shooting was a hoax and inspiring some of his followers to harass and stalk them, even as they grieved. That part I'm not down with.
Oh, boy.
No, don't say that. That would be horrible. Their lives were shattered by the December 14, 2012 shooting, it should say. But Alex Jones has made it so they can't escape, said attorney Christopher Mattel, who plays with dolls in his spare time. Get out of here! Anybody? During closing arguments to the jury, every single one of these families were drowning in grief, and Alex Jones put his foot right on top of them. Jones, who was not in court at the time, was broadcasting on his show and responded in real time. I quote Alex Jones, "They want to scare everybody away from freedom and scare us away from questioning Uvalde and what really happened there, or Parkland, or any other event," he told us yesterday.
Yes, sir.
I agree with that. And guess what? We're not scared, and we're not going away, and we're not going to stop, he added. Well, it really scared him, apparently. Jones went on to say that he was going to fight against the travesty of the ruling and then encourage his audience to go buy vitamin mineral fusion from his online store, which he makes a ton of money, apparently. Guy's got a lot of fucking money. So former White House press secretary Jen, my girlfriend Psaki, boy, do they miss her, huh? Chimed in with praise for the ruling because she's brain damaged also. The damage Alex Jones has done to the lives of these families is horrific. Is it, or is it the damage the kid with a gun did? Yeah, exactly. And the mother who fucking knew the kid was psychotic and had guns in the house. Who did the real damage to the family? Don't lose sight of it, Sparky. Nearly $1 billion doesn't solve their pain. Oh, it solved mine. I think I even had kids. But also true, spoken like that. Also true that the end of InfoWars will be a public service. See, fucking.
You get that little red beaver right up there in front of you. I don't think it's crazy at all.
I miss her. An attorney representing Jones said they would appeal the ruling. Look, when I first heard that his conspiracy theory, and I didn't know much about, false flags. And the marathon bombing in Boston started to because my late great buddy, the cop, knows a lot about and he goes, do you notice all the trucks don't have markings on them? The first responders are like black trucks, and he was a little bit of Alex, my buddy Greg. But he would, so I'm like, yeah, when at first I go, that's horrible. You can't be saying that shit. But since then, like you said, Uvalde, what's the one I brought up?
Which Uvalde, there's Parkland, and you brought up Vegas as well.
Vegas. Tucker Carlson show has been investigating the Vegas thing for I don't know how long now. They can't get any, easy answers to easy questions. Can't get any answers. How do you explain that? I'm not saying he was right here, but I'm just saying it's not as clear cut as people are saying. And don't look at me and say, the government would never, we know they are the filthiest. Since they stole the last election, I'm almost now going to agree with Alex. Are you kidding me? They wouldn't think twice about wiping up a few civilians to fucking further their power. And by the way, $1 billion, good luck with that. He's gonna lawyer him to death, and that I don't like either. That bothers me too, that you can do that when you're suing somebody. In case I'm in that position, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyways, I'm just saying, false flag is not as outrageous as it sounds. Nick, that's horrible. I know. Let's move on. You ever hear of the Hippocratic Oath that doctors take? Well, the headline here is Hypocritic Oath. Hypocrite Oath. Hippo. Fat. Hillary Clinton. Stacey Abrams. Sound like I'm on the $10,000 period. Things that are fat and useless. Ding, ding, ding. University of Minnesota medical students, remind me not to fucking have work done here. Listen to this. This one inflamed my ball sack. Either that or it was the dirty pants I never changed. University of Minnesota medical students, Nick, calm down, recited a revised version of the Hippocratic Oath during an August white coat ceremony. White coat is in cuckoo? Are they in the funny laughing academy these days? The pledge was packed with woke references, what else? To climate change and anti-racism. Because that's what medicine's all about, right? Climate change and anti-racism. You see the shit. You're in the middle of a cultural revolution. They're just tainting everything with racism, fucking green energy. It's a big ploy. Are you fucking kidding? So they're going to change the oath, which doctors, it's worked for hundreds of years. People all over the planet fly to the United States to get medical treatment. But, yeah.
Are you interested in the real story?
Yes. Students vow to recognize, listen to this, these are medical students, recognize the inequities built by past and present traumas rooted in white supremacy. White supremacy? You might want to take off the white jackets then, you mothers. Really? So this country has invited every ethnicity from the world. It's the only country to do so. You could argue it's the least racist place. I don't give a shit what the roots are, what it was founded on. Every country was founded that way, by pushing somebody else out of the way. But these poor kids have grown up with this shit, and they're going to fall for it. Medical inequity, that just means if you're white and there's a brown person that comes in 2 hours after you, they'll take him first, even though he has a hangnail and you have a heart problem. I'm summing it up, but that's basically it. Traumas rooted in white supremacy. Oh, you mean the white guys that actually improved medicine and the standard of living around the globe? Okay. The gender, listen to this, white supremacy, colonialism, the gender binary, ableism, in all forms of oppression.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Who, me? During the ceremony, a program handout with the oath, listen to this, was provided to the medical students and their friends and family attending the event. The program noted that 15 incoming medical students wrote the modified pledge. Do I got this straight? They're not even doctors yet, they're students? And they're rewriting the oath? Do I have that right? And this oath is going to be followed by people who are already doctors that have degrees? Or is this just for the school? I'm trying not to swear. I want some clips to show, promote the show. What am I doing again? I don't know. Minnesota's WDIO, we used to call it DO, reported that 240 students attended the white coats, I can't believe they let them wear white coats, ceremonies, including 19% first-generation students. See, this is all proof that it's been a rigged game, apparently. Nothing to do with that this country was founded by white people, 19 first generations, 54% women, and 41. They don't mention that women, as far as majoring in college, don't go into the sciences, and it's not because of discrimination. And men like that shit. That's, you know what I mean?
It's called choice.
Thank you very much. 54% women, and they label it as, racism. And 4% BIPOC, which is people of color and indigenous bisexual pigs. Associate Dean for Undergraduate Medical Education, Robert Englander. That's kind of ironic. Englander. Get any more white supremacy? Led the class of 2026, which doesn't exist yet, in reciting the oath. UMMS, otherwise known as Media Relations Manager Cat Dodge. Ever see the body on Cat Mink? You told Campus Reform that it is a common practice at medical schools in the United States to build upon the intent of the Hippocratic Oath to promote humility, integrity, and beneficence. Really? All that stuff is not what you're aiming at by making it woke. There's no integrity in saying your skin color is going to determine when you get and what kind of quality of medical help you're going to get. It's just the opposite. There's no integrity in that. Nobody benefits from it. It's not humble. It's fucking, hey, we're morally superior. We know better. Whites have had enough help. Fucking place is insane. We are mentally ill as a nation. We really are. The beginning of the student-composed pledge reads, our institution, listen to this. This is in the pledge. So, like I said, this oath must be a local thing because this makes no sense if you're a doctor in Ohio. Our institution is located on Dakota land. Today, many indigenous people from throughout the state, including Dakota and OGB, call the Twin Cities home. Yeah, a whole bunch, about 9 of them. We also recognize this acknowledgement, and it's not enough. While you're there, before I go any further, I'll give you the solution right now, you dumb kids that are so upset about this. Such a racist country. By the way, I see all colors in line here, number 1. Number 2, here's what you should have done. Here's what you should do now. You going to medical school? Say, I can't. I'm going to give this scholarship, or I'm going to pay for a minority to go in my place. Until you do that, shut the fuck up. End of story. That goes for all you lib bucks. The Jennifer Aniston's, the fucking Madonnas, all the Hollywood libs. You know what? Step down. Step down. Give half your annual pay every year, which is zillions, by the way. But you don't do any of that. You just fucking yap. Yappity yap. The incoming medical... I'm glad I'm 60, okay? I don't want to... Boy, there's a joke in here somewhere. I don't want a 23-year-old nurse, a doctor, spread my ass cheeks and go, that's brown. We're going in. This guy needs help. That made no sense. The incoming medical students promised their commitment to uprooting the legacy and perpetuation of structural violence. What the fuck are you deeply embedded within the healthcare system? There's violence within the healthcare system? Do you know what they mean by that? Because they believe words equal violence.
No, 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 no,
Yeah, they do.
You snotty little bastard.
As we enter this profession with opportunity for growth, except to expand our minds to other people's opinion, we commit to promoting a culture, listen to this, of anti-racism, listening. This is all implied, folks, that white guys didn't do this. They weren't anti-racist. They didn't listen. They didn't amplify voices for positive change. It's everything that they did do, the white culture. How about that? Stick that in your pipe. This is all a smoke screen. It always has been. Starting with affirmative action. It's all a fucking smoke screen. Okay? Students reciting the pledge, and you fucking jerk-offs on the right, so-called Republicans, where the fuck are you? Why aren't you on the TV talking like I am? You know, sans the curses. Students reciting the pledge swore to honor all indigenous ways of healing that have been historically marginalized. Yeah, that's because when you go in there and you get cancer, rubbing an eagle's feather on your tits doesn't help. I'll take the chemo. By Western medicine and commit themselves to healing our planet. Excuse me, I got a gunshot wound. I'm in critical condition. But you're worrying about fucking cow farts? Hello? God.
What you just said
Me?
is one of the
that.
most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I agree, sister.
Everyone in this room
Is a fat
now
fuck.
dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
That's exactly right. The medical students also vowed to collaborate with social, political, and additional systems to advance health equity. Equity is a false religion, folks. You see how it went, Dallas? Did you notice how it jumped from equality to equity? See, equity, they want a guaranteed outcome. It's not about opportunity. It's about a guaranteed outcome. Even though this kid can't read, he should be able to go to Harvard too, whatever. So we can all live in a shitty, rundown world, and the elites boss us around. It's that fucking simple. I'm sick of talking about it, but I need the money. Listen. Anyhow, speaking of money, let's be real, folks. Nausea sucks. It's the worst feeling in the world, and it can really ruin a trip or a day out with the friends. Thank God for Relief Band. And they sent me one. I swear on my mother it works. It's like the name says. It's a band that you wear on your wrist to give you relief from nausea caused by anxiety, motion sickness, migraines, hangovers, morning sickness, or your wife and curlers at breakfast, or chemotherapy. You change the intensity depending on how you are feeling to make it stronger or weaker. It's very easy. I used it on my last trip to the Northeast, and nausea never even came to my mind during the trip. Relief Band is 100% drug-free, non-drowsy, provides long-lasting relief with zero side effects. Get this, with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100,000 satisfied customers, Relief Band is the brand and the band you can trust. So if you want the band that actually works at relieving your nausea, check out Relief Band. Right now, we've got an exclusive offer just for my listeners. If you go to reliefband.com and use promo code NICKDIP, you'll receive 20% off plus free shipping and a no questions asked 30-day money-back guarantee. Remember, it's better to have a Relief Band and not need it than to need it and not have it. So, again, head to reliefband.com and use promo code NICKDIP for 20% off plus free shipping. And we thank them for sponsoring the show today. We really do. It's very important to keep us up and running.
There are white niggers. I've seen a lot of white niggers in my time.
Really? I need a Relief Band for them. Whoa, I just got dizzy. Oh my God. Don't ever do that again.
Need a Relief Band?
I swear to God, put it around my neck. I feel like I just smoked a pack of cigarettes in a minute. In our RTR, Reverse the Racist segment, Kanye West, Jew hater? Is the question. This guy's an interesting dude. I don't know what to make of this guy. Tucker Carlson interviews him, and he sounds completely sane. I know he's a genius marketer, but he's got a little. And I worry about guys like this. I don't know. He's got all that money and stuff, and I'm afraid they're going to find him, at the Four Seasons Hotel in his closet. Kanye West allegedly professed his love for Adolf Hitler back in 2018. Try doing that if you're white, and not having it be a plastered every. Seriously, this guy is as famous as they come. I'm guessing his agents and managers aren't Swedish. Nick, what do you mean by that? You know what the fuck I mean. Anyways, yeah, he liked Hitler. He said he said that in 2018 when he infamously told TMZ that slavery was a choice.
Get this through your head, you.
What?
Get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker, you.
Oh! During slavery was a choice. Even I don't know what that means. Yeah, it was a choice by the people who did it. I don't think the slaves had a. I'm getting sick of Africa. And I'm sick of getting compensated by work. Give me a ride to. During Wednesday's episode of the Higher Learning podcast, Van Lathan claimed the rapper had made the comments on camera, but TMZ ultimately edited them out of the video. Ask yourself this. Let's say, give me a white. Let's say fucking Kid Rock said that. Would they edit it out, TMZ? Would you edit it out? Would you even interview him? Yes, you would. And you'd leave it in there. You'd add a few J's. I've already heard him say that stuff before, Lathan told his co-host Rachel Lindsay, referencing, it's Ye now, not Kanye. Ye, his latest anti-Semitic comments. Wow, he does a good Hitler. That was him closing out his show at the LA Coliseum. I was taken aback because the type of anti-Semitic talk is disgusting, but as far as him, I knew that was in him because when he came to TMZ, he said that stuff and they took it out of the interview, he alleged. Lathan, who worked for TMZ until 2019, claimed he brought up the Holocaust while rebutting Ye's comments about slavery, but the gold digger, in quotes, that's one of his songs, rapper, made some shocking claims in response, and here's one of them. Again, Heidi Fleiss is in all the speeches. That reason they took it out is because it wouldn't have made sense unless they kept in Kanye saying he loved Hitler and the Nazis, which he said when he was at TMZ. He said something like, I love Hitler, I love Nazis, which means he loves the Republican Party, according to you guys. Which is a lie. Something to that effect.
Hates Jews.
Apparently.
Hates Jews.
You know why? His agent drives by his house every day in a fucking Bentley because of his last poem he put out, or whatever. Lathan recalled a Jewish staff member at the tabloid challenging West over his anti-Semitic remarks, but it didn't sway the musician's views.
Man, fuck you and your bone spurs.
Oh, when I saw the new tweets, I was like, I knew that this was eventually coming. As a matter of fact, I had anticipated it coming, way earlier than this, the podcast has said, referencing Ye's recent tweet. But I got to say, this guy's honest. But I got to say, if it's anybody else, you fry.
Hates Jews. Hates Jews.
Apparently. You know what I'm saying? Again, Kid Rock's gotten in trouble saying less than that, whatever, Yet it's such an oppressive system to brown and black people. Even though you can shit on Jews in public and nothing happens, whatever. You fucking stab somebody, you're out in a year and a half. Keep telling me about the racist society we live in. Could you please? Because, and they'll bend the rules at Harvard and Yale to get you in. This has all been proven, by the way. Shut down whitey and Asians. We're committing, and we've been doing it for 50 years, the country's cutting its own throat. It's really watching it in real time. Let's move on to flight risks.
All right, trigger warning, Nick.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys know how much I love to get on a plane. I didn't powder the giant forehead, or did I? I can't tell. When I say that, I hate flying. People think, first they assume, you're afraid it's going to crash. No, that's the least of my fucking problems. After standing in line and listening to shitheads in the terminal, I want it to crash most of the time. I told you, I want to walk by the cockpit as I'm boarding and see a Muslim pilot staring at a picture of his ex-wife crying while he's eating a pork chop raw.
Just go all in.
Oh, God. Since the pandemic canceled and delayed flight, they're still using the pandemic as an excuse, and delayed flights have become increasingly common and frustrating experience.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
According to the New York Times, 2.7% more flights were canceled in 2022 than in previous years, with more than 2,500 flights canceled through the month of June alone this year. Luray of I'm Luray on TikTok recently shared an inexperienced flyers. Why would it say inexperienced flyers could emphasize with?
Because journalism.
They really mean experienced, right? Oh, my aching stem. If you're an inexperienced fucking flyer, you wouldn't know this. Look at her. That's me, man, sitting at a fucking Delta terminal, trying to get home from the fucking Chuckle Hut in fucking Indiana. I do. I have a you know, an alter ego. When I travel, I go as Pamela. Girl's actually cute. I want to kiss her little tears. Is there anybody I haven't said that about that's female? An experienced flyer could empathize with, and more frequent travelers have lived through themselves. It began with a group trip to Italy. There's your first mistake. Fuck the group. Put a backpack on. Swim over to that bitch. Lorraine seemed to thoroughly enjoy the trip based on her TikTok video history, but the trip back home was an entirely different story.
You goddamn guineas really make me laugh.
But once she was at the New York airport waiting for her flight back home to Pennsylvania, was when all the issues began to spring up. Now, if she was more as experienced as I was, and I'm not kidding you, this is my tolerance now. You're just trying to get to Pennsylvania from New York, and you've been there for, let's say, 4 hours even. That's it. I will get in a cab and go, dude, here you go. Fucking, here's a check or whatever. I'll go to an ATM. Here's $800. And the guy will be, what are you talking about? It costs how much to bring you to Manhattan? You're going to owe me like 32. Anyways, this is a girl explaining what happened. And I know, look, and I agree. Louis C.K. has a great bit how we complain. We're on the plane about everything. Fucking Wi-Fi doesn't even fucking work. Yeah, but you're sitting in a seat. This is Louis' bit. You're sitting in a seat going through space at 450 miles an hour. Yeah, but the seat doesn't go all the way back. It's a great bit. But when it comes to this shit, I'm sorry. There's no excuse for it. They treat you like shit. They know you. They got you by the short hairs. That's why when you buy a bag of Doritos, it's $71.95. So let's be honest. Let's listen to Lips.
My flight kept getting delayed yesterday, and they changed the gate 9 times, and it wasn't even like a B1 to B2. No, it was 2 separate terminals. I took a shuttle 4 times because they kept changing the gate, but I was holding out hope, and then all of a sudden we're sitting there like, hey, we're gonna board in 5 to 7 minutes. Psych, we're gonna delay you 12 hours.
Oh, I wish I was there to give her a kiss on the forehead and say, listen, bitch, quit your whining. While you're down there, you want to make 50? First of all, who thinks about... This is where this generation is so different, and they grew up with the fucking internet. If I'm upset about something, my second instinct isn't to talk about it and let the public know. Then again, I do that for a living and get paid pretty good. But you do get emotionally drained, and like I was telling Dallas, I got to be honest, I've been lucky. And I still hate it, traveling. Over my 30-something years flying, I've been very lucky as far as, canceled flight. There's been a handful, but in 30-something years, I've been extremely lucky, I think. And again, it helps when you're one person flying. You're carrying a bag. I could go away for a month. I'm still carrying a duffel bag that you could fit maybe my wife's head in. That's it. Luray, feeling like, and you get emotionally burnt, by the way. So on Sundays after doing a weekend gig somewhere, you're fucking spent. Because on Saturday night, if you do 2 shows, you can't sleep after. Your adrenaline's through the roof. And then Sunday, you butt up. Sometimes I stay up. Sometimes you're like 3.5 hours. They pick you up in front of the hotel. And you're spent. I don't cry like a bitch. She's a woman. Listen, I go in the bathroom and do it in a stall. I can't take this fucking shit. Lorraine, feeling like she was about to lose her mind, decided she would rent the car, which I would have done. Even that, you can't do it in New York. Remember? Happened to me. My wife went up there for whatever, funeral, wedding, I don't know what it was. And you can't she tried to rent the car and drive home to Pennsylvania, but all the rental cars had already been taken. that's in New York. I don't know what the fuck. It's like, no, but I had something called a reservation. As in reserve the motherfucker. That doesn't mean anything anymore? Oh, no. Hotel vouchers were an option. And you get a free Grand Slam special at the Red Roof Inn in Newark. But they would not be made available until halfway through the wait time. Whatever the fuck that means. Her mom hung up the phone with her saying, grow up, titless wonder. What? No, her mom hung up the phone with her, but then called back to tell her she was driving to bring her home.
Hello? Hello?
Mom?
Hello? Hello?
I can't hear you. You're staying there. That's a good mom. But why couldn't you have hitchhiked? Nothing's going to happen to you. Middle of the night, trying to get out of New York City. You find your head in a dumpster and your titties in the Hershey factory in Pennsylvania. What happened? I don't know. I'm losing my mind. It's Friday. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying to you? Okay. The last story? Yep. It got to be. No?
To a read.
Oh, to a read. Hey, guys, make plans to come and see me nude.
Yes!
On the road. Here are my upcoming stand-up, not me nude, you guys come nude. My upcoming dates, Friday, November 11th at Palm Beach Kennel Club, West Palm Beach, Florida. Saturday, the next night, the 12th of November, Snappers Comedy Club, Fort Myers. Sunday, November 13th, Side Splitters Comedy Club in Tampa. Friday, I'll be doing a Q&A after the Tampa show, by the way, with VIP ticket holders. Friday, February 3rd and whatever, it's blocked. I'm guessing 4th. February 3rd and 4th, Friday and Saturday. The Grove Comedy Club, Lowell, Arkansas. Friday, March 11th and Saturday the 12th, the Comedy Club of Kansas City. Actually, and I like that club. It's just a square room with a black curtain, meat and potatoes. And I sell well there. I don't know why. I'll also be adding dates in Louisiana and Kentucky, but that has to do with me having a plate removed. Nothing to do with comedy. No, you can get tickets at all these for all these shows at nickdip.com. Finally tonight, Gen Z, that's my girlfriend, Gen Z, gives thumbs up emoji. Generation Z gives thumbs up emoji a thumbs down. Well, how can that be? Gen Zers are calling out the popular thumbs up emoji for being rude and hostile. Okay, here's what I say to you about that opinion. How about this? And even saying they feel attacked. What are they doing, sticking thumb up your ass? When they see it used in a workplace. How soft.
That's faggot stuff.
How?
You want to call it by its name? That's strictly for fags.
A Reddit poster confessed to being not adult enough to be comfortable with a thumbs up emoji reaction. Others chimed in to agree to call out other common emojis such as the red heart. That one scares me too. Anytime my wife sends it, I'm like, oh, gross. Oh my God. Really? This is what you're complaining about? For younger people, the thumbs up emoji is used to be really passive aggressive, a 24-year-old Redditor wrote. How the fuck? What?
He's a fag.
Sarcastic, I guess? If somebody, this is the only way I can picture it. Yeah, my mother found out she has cancer. Dallas, did I ever tell you about my mother? She's in her 80s, so she's not too hip with the phraseology that we found out this family, a friend of our family's, this lady's husband had cancer, and my mother finds out about it. Heard about Jim's cancer, then she puts blah, 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 LOL. And my sister goes, what are you doing? My mother thought I meant lots of love. Heard your husband's shitting blood. He's on his last legs. What the fuck? LOL. Oh my God. Why don't you send the emoji with the tears? It's super rude if someone just sends you a thumbs up, they added. What are you talking about? So I also had a weird time adjusting because my workplace is the same. What the fuck? Here's some of the emojis they say old people use. Is that basically it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. This saying you're old if you use the following. Gen Z is saying that the following emojis. Go ahead. According to Gen Z, here are the emojis that will make you seem old. I'll read it for people who are listening to the show. Okay, they're flying up. Grimacing face? That's my favorite. Lipstick kiss. Now, how does that make you old? Slow down there, killer, so I can come up with something unfunny. Clapping hands makes you old. What am I supposed to do? Send the fucking, you know what? The eggplant with my hand around it?
With the rainwater emoji.
Yeah, with the rainwater emoji. Go ahead. What else? Monkey eye cover. Well, let me guess. Racist? That just became my favorite. Go ahead. That's me watching the Patriots. I had $400 on them. Loudly crying face. Now, how does that make you old? I'm pretty sure your generation cries more than anybody.
I've seen it on so many of their stories used by that very generation.
Yes, because they're upset about everything. Although I don't know how that's crying. It looks like you just got run over by a Smurf car. The fuck is that? Japanese aren't too good with the tear thing. Go ahead. What else do they say? You're old. Oh, yeah, poop. Okay. What are you kidding me? You guys don't use that? That's how you meet each other on Tinder. Are you into this? Tinder, I meant Grindr. I'm sorry. Let's do that again. That's how you meet each other on Grindr. What else? Check mark. Yeah, I can see why that's old. What? The okay sign, we all know that's a white supremacist thing, right? Can't do that. That makes you old. What do you guys do when you say something's okay? Call them. Go ahead. And number 2. The red heart thing, that makes you old. What do you guys do? Again, well, they're pretty, when they're in love, they send dick pics and vagina shots and shit like that. And finally, number 1, the thumbs up emoji. Glad they fucking told us that at the beginning of the story and ruined it. Reddit users under 30 say the thumbs up comes off as passive aggressive. I don't even get that, and I don't want to get it. That's enough for today, kids. Nikki, very tired. Nikki, go home and watch 11 baseball games in a row today. Before I go, this for the weekend we break, as always, I want to welcome all of our newest patrons at Patreon and thank them for supporting the show. Pedro Navaja, Audie Brandon, Kane, Stephen Beasley, and Margaret Triolo and Nathan Lewis, who signed up with an annual subscription and received a 10% discount. You can do that, if you go to Patreon, pick a level of support, then choose to sign up for the full year, then you don't have to deal with the annoying monthly charges. I also want to welcome and thank Ray Grooms, who signed up for our new military level, which is for all former and active military. If you don't want to sign up at Patreon but want to make a one-time or monthly contribution, you can do it right at nickdip.com, like these guys did. Jonathan Keller, Kellen Katz, Sean Powell, Jared Porter, Paul Sagnella, Danae Little. Thank you all for listening and helping make the show possible. And I mean that from my little black heart. Don't forget Cameo.com also. If you want me to roast a friend or relative, go to Cameo.com and it'll tell you what to do. And it's a lot of fun. People like to, I give them a few zingers. I don't go too rough. Sometimes I do them in a bad mood. All right? That's it. Again, you guys think it, I'll say it. You're very welcome. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.